I remember the exact second my world cracked open for good. It was 6 in the morning, the day of my wedding. I stood in the doorway of our honeymoon suite at the Marriott off Highway 99 outside Fresno. White silk robe slipping off my shoulder, bottle of cheap champagne sweating in my hand. I'd driven there straight from hell to try and salvage something, anything. I slid the keycard in, green light, pushed the door open quiet, still half hoping. There they were. My mother on her back on the bed we were supposed to share that night. Jake on top of her, moving like he owned her. The same man who'd texted me at 4 a.m. that he loved me and couldn't wait to see me in your dress. They didn't stop right away. The room reeked of her vanilla lotion, his sweat, sex. Sheets twisted, her red nails raking down his back the way I used to do. I dropped the bottle. It rolled under the dresser without breaking, like even the champagne was too ashamed to make a scene. Jake looked over his shoulder first, eyes wide, then softening into that fake pity I now hate more than anger. My mother, she just smiled, slow, victorious, the same smile she gave when she borrowed my prom dress and came home smelling like someone else's cologne. He pulled out. Didn't bother covering up. Looked right at me and said the words that still echo when it's quiet. I'm leaving you for her, Lauren. It's over. I backed out, legs shaking. Found the ice machine down the hall and sat on the filthy tile until my robe stuck to me from the cold. How the hell did it come to this? Rewind. I'm Lauren, 28. Grew up in a double-wide trailer off Clovis Avenue. Thin walls, chain-smoking neighbors, the kind of place where everyone knows your business. Mom had me at 21. Dad bailed early. She waitress doubles at Denny's, cleaned vacation rentals on weekends, always said, "Pretty opens doors, baby. Smart just gets you tired." She was 49 and still turned heads. Long dark hair, curves from the boob job she got with her accident settlement when I was 12. Men noticed. She made sure they did. I met Jake 2 years ago at the Jiffy Lube on Herndon. Oil change on my old Civic. He walked out wiping grease off his hands, crooked grin, asked if I wanted a beer after shift. 31, one divorce, no kids, lifted Tacoma with flags on the bumper. Said he liked women who didn't try too hard. I fell fast. He fixed things around my place, brought Dollar General flowers, took me to the Tulare Fair, and won me that ridiculous pink bear. When he proposed on the Ferris wheel last summer, I said yes before he finished the question. Mom played the perfect future mother-in-law. Hugged me at the engagement party, called him the son I always wanted. She picked the barn venue off Highway 41, paid for my dress, a $2,000 knockoff she found on sale. Helped with every detail. The cracks showed slow, her laughing too loud at his dumb jokes, her hand lingering on his arm passing the potato salad. Texts about wedding stuff going straight to him instead of me. I caught them on the back porch one Sunday 2 months before the date. Coors Lights, talking about his ex like old friends, her hand on his knee. He didn't move it. That night, I asked him point blank if something was happening. He laughed, pulled me in, said my mom was just family, told me to stop being paranoid. I wanted to believe him so bad I almost convinced myself. The week before the wedding, Mom said his apartment had roaches and needed fumigation, insisted he crash at her place. I was at my cousin's in Madera for tradition, no seeing the groom before the wedding. Every night she sent me cute selfies, them cooking, her in a silk robe, him shirtless at the grill. I started checking his phone when he showered at her house. Heart emojis from her. A 2 a.m. text, can't sleep either, with a photo of her bare legs under the covers. I told myself it meant nothing. Rehearsal, dinner night, barn venue, cheap wine flowing, Jake slamming Jack and Cokes since 4. Mom kept topping his glass, leaning in, whispering. 11 o'clock, I said I was beat and headed to my cousin's. He kissed me messy, swore he loved me more than anything. Mom offered to drive him home since he was hammered. I lay awake in the guest room until 3, staring at the ceiling fan. My stomach twisted every time I pictured her hand on his knee. I told myself I was crazy, that I just needed to see his truck in her driveway, see his face asleep on the couch, prove the voice in my head was lying. So I grabbed my keys and drove over. House dark except her bedroom light. I used my key. Quiet. Then I heard it. Her moaning his name, his grunts. Headboard thumping steady against the wall. I stood frozen outside that door, same door I used to knock on as a kid when I had nightmares, for what felt like forever. Finally pushed it open. There they were, in her bed. The bed I grew up running to for comfort. He saw me first, froze mid-thrust. Mom didn't even pause, just kept rolling her hips, eyes locked on mine like a dare. He said it then, voice rough. "I think I'm in love with her, Lauren." I bolted, drove back to my cousin's crying so hard I nearly veered off County Road 210. Sat in the driveway till dawn. At 6, his text came, "I'm at the Marriott. We need to talk. Please come." Part of me, the stupid hopeful part, thought maybe he'd say he was drunk. Sorry, still wanted me. So I showered, threw on the robe he liked, grabbed the champagne, drove there to hear him out. That when I walked in on round 2, same position, same bed we'd booked for our wedding night. He said it again, clearer this time. "I'm leaving you for her." I dropped the bottle, backed out, collapsed by the ice machine. He came down to the breakfast area at 7, alone, hair damp, smelling like her soap, sat across from me and spilled the rest. It started 6 months back, right after our engagement party. She drove him home, poured more beer than more, told him I was too young, too boring, too vanilla in bed, said I'd never keep a man like him happy long term, that she knew what a real man needed, experience, no holding back. He said he fought it at first, but she kept coming, texts, pictures, showing up at his shop in tight dresses. Said she made him feel 25 again, alive, wanted. Now he was choosing her. He even asked if I'd be okay with them showing up at the canceled wedding together. Said it would be classy to let everyone see we were all adults. I laughed until I sobbed. Canceled everything myself by 8. Called the florist, the cake lady, the DJ, told each one the same line. My fiancé was sleeping with my mother, and there wasn't gonna be a wedding. Mom never reached out. No apology, nothing. They're still together in her trailer last I checked. He sold his truck, got her a new Camry. She posts Pismo beach pics, him grabbing her ass, caption, "Found my soulmate at 49. I left California 4 months ago. Phoenix now. Tiny studio, call center gig, no pictures of family, no ring. I still wake up tasting hotel coffee and shame, hearing her voice in the dark. The ring sits in a drawer, not for memories, just to remind me how deep betrayal can cut when it comes from blood and promises. If you think your mom could never, mine smiled while she did it, twice. I'm Lauren, I survived them. That's all I've got left, but it's mine.